Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single Best Idea, quick 4 or 5 minute podcast to touch up against your other podcasts. Of course, look out on YouTube podcasts for all that we're doing and building here. Today, I could have gone with 7-8 angles here. The news flow is extraordinary and eclectic across economics, finance, investment, and international relations. Let's stick on international relations. Tobin Marcus, with work in the Obama-Biden administration in economics. He's at Wolf Research. Tobin Marcus, he talked about the present administration, and I asked him about how he perceived the previous effort.
The latter stages of the Biden administration were somewhat listless. They came in with a lot of ideas, faced a challenging global landscape. But, certainly you look at places like Ukraine. I don't think that we saw a lot of progress over the course of the past couple of years. Sort of theory of the case, after the big, counteroffensive that they tried to prepare the Ukrainians for, which didn't really succeed, I think mostly we were kind of holding ground for the past few years.
Tobin Marcus at Wolf Research, the many voices. Henrietta Trays was just brilliant on Capitol Hill today. Mark Champion out of our London office, we'll have to feature him at some point. Just brilliant. I'll try to get his recent essays out with Bloomberg Opinion. Very informative and thought-provoking of all this international relations. There is a heritage here at Bloomberg, and no one carries that heritage like Michael McKee. You know him from his work on economics, of course, leading the charge at the Fed press conference. I kid him. He was the only one at Reykjavik who couldn't have vodka because he was so young. Michael McKee was at Reykjavik with Gorbachev and Reagan and was in Moscow for the upset of Yeltsin. Michael McKee on Russia.
You could get very philosophical and go back into the history of Russia and how it has generally been run by strongmen and how the Russian people are sort of used to that and are willing to do that. It's a little bit like what happened when China opened up and the Chinese Communist Party said, we will give you the possibility of prosperity as long as you stay out of politics. And that's kind of where the Russians are at the moment. But the problem is the war is creating all kinds of economic issues. So Putin has a reason to want to settle. The question is where do they go from there? And I think, as Zelensky points out, you can't trust Putin.
The valued perspective of Michael McKee. It's a 4-day work week. It feels like we're already deep into 2025. What we know is we are humbled by the growth of what we're doing here in digital media. Thank you to all of you on your commutes across the nation and out on YouTube. Please subscribe to Bloomberg Podcasts and always on YouTube Podcasts. This is Single Best Idea.